Hey, this is Rob Strano, Strano Golf Academy here in Florida. Happy to be back doing my video blogs on putting. Now you wonder where those went because I was doing them pretty regularly last year after tour events. Well, when your video tuner card goes kaput and you have a hard time getting it replaced and finally figure out how to do it, well then you can start recording events and watching the putting strokes and having something to talk about. So finally got the video tuner card situation figured out and can be back here talking about putting strokes on tour as they relate to what I coach and as they relate to my putting training aid, Fusion dyn-a-line, and the vertical hinge point. So interesting thing is I always start my year off in Phoenix at the Phoenix Open. And this year I was really frustrated. And I even commented to several people out on tour. If you want to watch players miss putts, where do you go? Go to any putting green on the PGA or LPGA tour because they miss putts left and right. You want to watch players make putts? Come watch me work with them on my putting green here at the Academy. My players make putts all over the place. They don't stand and miss 8 and 10 footers one after another. So this past week, we had the Northern Trust Open at famed Riviera. And we've got two of the key protagonists in the event, Sergio Garcia and Dustin Johnson. We got really good video of their putting strokes from face on. Now, when I throw some numbers at you here and we put the videos up with the graphics, you're going to see why Sergio Garcia is #1 in strokes gained putting this year. And over the last 3 years, he's ranked 61st, 9th, and 26th. Now, before he went to the claw grip and got lined up on the hinge point, his ranks on tour were 144, 160, 119, 122, 138, 161, 89. I mean, they were all over the place bad. Now, on the flip side, you'll see video of Dustin Johnson. He is not on the vertical hinge point. He's got a biased miss in his stroke, and that's why he tends to be streaky. Right now, he's 93rd on tour in strokes gained putting. Last year in an abbreviated season, he was 83rd. The previous year, 120, then 51, then 171. In his rookie year, he was 80. So he's kind of been up and down the scale on putting and just is a perfect example of what happens when you're a streaky putter, not lined up on the vertical hinge point. You tend to have a biased miss in your stroke and you battle that week in, week out. Let's go to the video and you're going to see Dustin Johnson and Sergio Garcia first. Then the last person you're going to see is a young man from Wake Forest University, Will Zalatoris. And Will is actually training with Fusion dyn-a-line, my training aid, at Wake Forest, whose team last year trained with it and went from unranked to 6th in the nation. So you're going to see Will stroke at the very end and see him lined up on the vertical hinge point, just like Sergio Garcia. Let's go to the video, and thanks for watching.
Trying to get within one. No, he isn't. He's trying to stay within.
Northern Trust Open is underway, and Sergio Garcia had this birdie putt at the second. Failed to birdie #1, the easiest hole, but
making the turn at 18.
Just great experience, isn't it, for a young amateur to get a chance to play a tour event. Something I never had, and I would love to have, when I was